What's going on, everybody? This is Lucci. Welcome back for a new episode of Wall Street Porn. Today we're going to take a look at the recent move higher in silver. As per our title, Hi-Yo Silver. It's actually Hi-Ho Silver. But if I'm sure you guys remember the Lone Ranger. In fact, if you don't, let's cue him up right now.
The Lone Ranger. A fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty Hi-Yo Silver. The Lone Ranger.
Yeah, that dude was the man. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into this silver trade. Right down here, we're taking a look at a 6-month chart of the action in silver. And you can really see the consolidation in the past couple months here. Silver and gold actually have been doing basically nothing. Gold trades in a much larger range than the silver does. If we take a look at gold, gold has been range bound as well, 150 to 158, and recently broke out of its range. So all the precious metals have been moving higher because of all the news that further stimulus is going to come out, devalue these other currencies, and people are going to fly into these metals. Again, that's the rhetoric, whether you believe it or not. Who gives a shit? Can you make money is the only question and concern. We did make money on this. Basically the breakout here, anticipating this breakout and positioning ourselves in some weekly calls. Now, one thing I did want to mention in this, there was a lot of different options to play on this. So I'm going to show a bunch of different ones. I'm going to show the trade that we made and then a bunch of different options that you could have made money on as well. One more thing to note here on the 6-month though, look at how many times this SLV tried to break 28 bucks and couldn't go anywhere. As you can see here, it tried to get up to 29 and then just got smoked right back down, and then just couldn't even get over 27.5 in the past month and change from the beginning of July. So note, every single time this thing is over 27 bucks, we do a lot of feeler trades here at stlucci.com. I am in calls every single time this thing gets up there just to test the breakout to see if it's real or not. Remember, these days, a real move, there will be tons of fake outs before you actually get a real move. So it requires you to put out a lot of feeler trades, a lot of testing positions, a small contract size, and take a couple losers, you know, to figure out when that timing is going to happen and when that timing is going to be on your side. That's what it's all about, especially if you're trying to play weekly options in general. Timing is what it's all about. Otherwise, then you suffer the defeat of time decay. Okay, so now we're looking at a 10-day chart, and as you can see, Monday, August 20th is when the move really started. SLV got through 27.5, headed towards 28. Next day just gapped higher and hasn't looked back since the end of the month, August 31st. We're looking at this thing right under $31. So a pretty big bull run so far in the last 10 days. And honestly, I think this thing is going to keep going. So from a swing perspective, playing this option with some monthly options was a much better option than trying to day trade this thing or a couple day trade on a weekly option. So there's plenty of ways to play this thing. Let's go ahead and show you a couple scenarios. The trade that we made, or the trade that I made, was using the 27.5 weekly calls that expired on the 24th, so the Friday of that same week, and you can check that option out right here. So I started buying basically from 25 cents all the way up to 50 cents during this whole day right here. Because as you can see down here, this stock finally broke 27.5 with some volume and really continued to push higher. So I kept buying all of this in the hopes that the stock would continue moving, and it did. So I ended up selling the next day from 90 cents up to about $1. So I had an average sale of about 90 cents. Again, there was a lot more in that move, and you know, I ended up regretting my sell 2 days later when my option hit $2.25. So my cost was around 30 cents, and then I see $2.25 and I feel like shit because I sold out at $1. And these are kind of the things that you have to deal with when you're trading. Should you hold another couple days? Should you take profit? What is the best scenario? Okay, but let's go ahead and show you some numbers. I had 507 contracts at a cost of 35 cents. Okay, that gets us to a cost of $17,745. And my sell was those same 507 contracts at 92 cents. 46,644. So our total profit 46,644 minus 17,745. Total profit is 28,899. All right, so we made just under 30 grand with an initial investment of 17,000. So we almost tripled it basically. Okay, so now let's take a look at a different option that you could have used. Right now we're looking at the September 29 call. This is a monthly option. It expires the third Friday of that month, which happens to be the 22nd. And you can see the same range that we saw on my weekly option. You get a quarter to a little bit over $2 in premium. Except this one spans out over 10 days versus my option, which took place over 4 or 5 days. And if we look back down in the chart, you can see the bulk of the move here happened during Bernanke's comments from the Jackson Hole event. SLV managed to jump 2 points here on that same day. So you'd still be holding this option in hopes for a move to 32 on SLV, which would give you a $3 sell. So sometimes it's a lot more advantageous to play these monthly options and swing for a bigger picture move versus taking a weekly and trying to get a 2-day, 3-day hit. Again, this all comes down to your strategy, to your personality, how you like to play these options. But realize if we go back down in these charts, there's plenty of ways to play this thing. You can use weeklies, you can use monthlies, you can go out a couple of months. Plenty of different ways to do this and make a significant amount of money doing it as well. I obviously didn't make as much as I could have here. Total potential profit at a sell of 2 1/4. Let's go ahead and throw that in here. Okay, a sell at 2 1/4 would have given me a total sale of 114,075, and that would have given me a total profit of 96,330. Now that is some serious Wall Street porn right there. Assuming I held that for that whole move, that's how much money was really out there, and that's what I should have pocketed. That's a good five times your money right there. So again, this is the kind of stuff we're looking for here at SayingLucci.com. Stay tuned for the next episode of Wall Street Porn. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace.